Good morning, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I just wrapped up the last episode. I'm going to go ahead and post that up here. Kiddo is sitting right next to me. We're holding hands right now, actually. And he does not want me to talk to the camera today. But I did just wrap up the last episode because I forgot to do an outro last night. And I wanted to pop in and say hi today before I got the rest of my day started. It is Thursday. Typically we would have 2 therapies scheduled today, but I canceled the second one because I need to get blood work drawn. And I tried to make an appointment at Quest like a week ago, and today was the earliest that they could see me, and it's not even the Quest I typically go to. I typically go to one 15 minutes away from my house. Because the one that's really close to my house is the one that I caught COVID at the first time I caught COVID. Literally never going back there again. And the one that I currently go to, everybody's super professional. It's very clean. Everybody is masked, at least the staff. Obviously, you can't count on the patrons being masked, but I really like that location. However, today I'm going to go to one that's by my husband's work, which is where he typically goes. And I'm thinking it's more like the not so professional place that's around here, but it's the earliest place that could see me. So that's what I'm doing today. Besides that, I have to edit the last episode. I was going to try to record another recipe today, but A, I don't know if I'll have time, and B, I think I don't have enough vegan butter. So I'm going to put that off until next week, and that should be fine because I mentioned in the last episode that currently I have banked 15 videos on my channel. So meaning that there's 15 videos right now that are just waiting for the time that I've told them to go live. They already have, they're obviously already recorded and edited and uploaded, but I've already made the thumbnail, I've already done all of the look up here, the titles, everything. So I could like disappear for a month and just release all these videos 3 times a week as I usually do, and you guys would never even know. I'm not planning to do that. These are videos that I'm like, some of them are like collabs that I know are coming up, so I figured I might as well do them now. Some of them are like season appropriate or holiday appropriate or like themed somehow, so it wouldn't make sense if I released them now because back to school is like a month away. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. But the point is that it could. So anyway, today is going to be not chill, but like lighter than typical, only because I have no idea how long it's going to take me to get my blood drawn today. I know I have an appointment, but I've never gone to this place. The place I go to, if your appointment is at 10:30, you let them know, hey, I'm here. And at 10:30 you walk in and you literally just walk all the way in. Like you barely have a chance to sit in a waiting room chair before they're calling your name back. I don't know how it works at this location, so we'll see. But anyways, that's what's going on. I gotta get to editing and finishing laundry and making breakfast, etc. So, happy Thursday. Hello my friends, it is Friday afternoon and it has been a whirlwind these last 24 hours. First off, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but Kiddo woke up yesterday with a super runny nose, and that is very unlike him. It's very not normal. So obviously my immediate first thought is, crap, someone got him, you know, he might have the C word. So I tested him. Luckily I came back negative. Just in case, I sent a text to his behavior therapist because it's the only person we've been in close quarters with in the last several days, and he says that he's feeling fine. So cool. Luckily this morning, the drippy nose persisted pretty much all day yesterday, but luckily this morning there's nothing visible going on. He has been like kind of doing this every once in a while and maybe sneezing a little more than usual, but no drips. So that's obviously better than yesterday, and I still have no idea what the heck happened yesterday, but at least we know it's not COVID, which is obviously incredibly good news, and we want that. That's exactly what we're, you know. So that's all happening. And then speaking of medical things, I had a doctor's appointment early this morning, and so I woke up at 6:40 in the morning, I drove my happy ass an hour across town to go to the doctor. I walk in to sign in, a little sheet like you're supposed to, and I am greeted with, "Hi, so I'm gonna try. But it looks like we're not gonna be able to see you today because Microsoft went down. There was like a cyber attack, or I don't know, an outage of some sort is all I know for certain. It's global and we don't know when it's going to be fixed. We can't access our computers, we can't access our servers." And I'm like, okay, but like, I don't know if you're gonna see me, if you're gonna, no, but the thing is that we can't update your chart because we don't know anything on paper anymore. Everything is on a server and we can't access our computers and da 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 da. So pretty much me and the other, like, let's say 7 or 8 people that were in the waiting room today waited around for about a half hour, and they called us up one by one to tell us each, "Nope, it's looking like we're not going to be able to see you today. We'll call you to reschedule. Bye. Hey, next guy, listen, sorry, we're not going to be able to see you today." So I went all the way down there for nothing is the point, and I am so tired. But I don't know. Everything on our end is working fine. We've already had our first teletherapy of the day, and that went well. That went okay, both session-wise and like technology-wise. So all good things. But yeah, it's been a lot going on in the last 24 hours. So I am about to embark on our second therapy of the day. I've already got the room prepared because it's physical therapy, so we're doing that. And then I have about an hour to flip the room and get it prepared for in-person therapy. And then it's Fajita Friday. This weekend, there's a lot going on as well. Zero rest. And I also feel really bad because kiddo keeps asking to go to the zoo. But one of my besties is in town and I never get to see her. And so local bestie is hosting, literally, like, I don't even know what to call it. This is just the 3 of us. And out of town bestie's kids at her house, and we're just gonna hang out basically. I'm very, very nervous because COVID is on the rise, and I actually personally know people that have COVID right now. I'm always nervous about COVID, but particularly right now because it's on the rise. So I'm back and forth, honestly, about really wanting to go, but also really wanting to not, for the sake of safety. So I'm just going to mask basically the whole time I'm there, which will probably be awkward, but you know what, it is what it is. It's what I have to do to feel comfortable. So, and then on Sunday, we're getting together at my parents' house again because there's another race. And so we're going to see the race with my sister and my brother-in-law, and their kiddos are going to be there, etc. And that all sounds like fun, but that leaves 0 time for the zoo. So feel kind of bad about that and how the timing worked out. And I'd love to say we'll figure it out, we'll make it happen somehow, but honestly, like, there's just not enough hours in the day. So let's see how we're able to get through it. For sure we're gonna have to go soon because poor baby, like, I don't want him to have to keep waiting. But maybe we're able to surprise him. Maybe I'm able to come home early from the get together and we can still spend a couple hours at the zoo. I don't know. We'll try to make it work. But that's what's going on right now, and the AC is turning on to shut me up. So happy Friday. No, little one's bobbing. Oh. Oh.
Okay. She's bobbing, so.
Yeah, but look how black Pepper's beard's getting.
But it is unlikely that a governor.
These are extremely fugitive.
You did it! Whee! Hello, my friends. Wow, my hair's got a mind of its own today. It's Monday morning, and typically I would either be starting a brand new episode right now, or I'd be telling you, I forgot to do an outro yesterday. Let me wrap up this episode, and etc., etc. But my last couple vlogs have been pretty short, and this vlog I know will be no different because I barely recorded all weekend long. Not because nothing happened, a lot happened actually, but because I was so busy enjoying my life and living the moment that I just didn't record, so I don't have footage to share with you guys. Example, Saturday, I went to my best friend's house because our other best friend, the third of our trio, who lives upstate, my gosh, I don't even know what to do with my hair right now, was in town. So we decided to all meet up at Bestie's house, and the kiddos had a little bit of a pool party. My son did not go because my son has been wanting to go to the zoo for ages, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, and my best friend lives in the general direction of the zoo, and I was certain that if I started driving in that direction and then landed somewhere that was not the zoo, it was going to turn into a bad time real fast. So in order to avoid that, he hung out with Daddy at home, everybody chilled, and I got to have a really, really great time with my best friends that I haven't seen in a long time, that I don't get to see anywhere near as often as I'd like. And then yesterday, Sunday, we went to my parents' house with my sister, my brother-in-law, and the nephews because there was another race. And so we watched that race. It was a very good race. And then we had our Olympic pool party, as we've been doing, and that was also very fun. But again, I was having so much fun that I really didn't record a whole lot. Any footage you saw was probably from my mom. So that's what happened this weekend, but obviously that's not, me telling you about it does not a great vlog make. So I figure instead I'm just going to turn this into a full week in the life as I've done before. And yes, that means there will only be 2 uploads this week, but I think that we will all manage. I think that will be just fine. So today is Monday, a new week begins, and we're having a little bit of a shakeup because last week was intended to be our on week for our bi-weekly behavioral therapy meetings every other Monday, and my therapist, or the director rather, couldn't get childcare. Like, her childcare last minute canceled on her, so we ended up rescheduling that meeting to today. Now, does that mean that our whole situation is going to change and like from now on it's going to be this week on, next week off? Or does that mean that we're also meeting next week in order to get back on track? I don't know. All I can tell you for sure is that we are intended to meet today, so that's happening, which makes today a hell day. There's another one tomorrow, as usual, and then Wednesday we're off. And that should be the conclusion of our vlog. For today, though, besides our 3 therapies that I've got planned, what else? Well, I was going to edit this vlog, but I'm not doing that anymore, so I guess not that. I do have other videos that I've recorded over this last week that I do need to eventually get around to editing, so maybe I'll do that today instead since I'm not editing the vlog. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty much just tidy up the house and get it ready for in-person therapy, because this weekend in particular, oh, we also got a new shower head. My parents got me a new shower head because last time I went to Disney, which was like in February, I think, I'll post that up here because I actually did a vlog from that trip. The hotel we stayed at had this beautiful shower situation where it had like a rain shower, but then it also had the kind of like handheld hose thing, and that was great because you could either just stand under the shower, which is if you are somebody that has headaches a lot, that's like life-changing stuff to be able to just stand under the shower head like that. It helps me a lot anyways when I have migraines. But also, when I leave the handheld part on the wall, I'm getting water on my head and water on my body at the same time, which is a luxury that I can't explain if you've never experienced it yourself. Or I could take the handheld part off, let the shower hit me on the front, and then use the handheld bit on my back, and now suddenly I am encased in warmth. And as somebody who sees the shower as like my sensory safe place, these are all like genuinely life-changing things. So I'm very, very excited about my new shower head. But my husband has gone ahead and left the box right there for the last couple of days. There's just things all over the house I'm not exempt. I'm also the only one that tidies, but I'm not exempt from having stuff around the house. Obviously kiddo as well, husband as well, and now it's Monday and I gotta deal with all of that. So housewife problems. So that's basically it. That's the gist of my day today. And that's fine because now I have a little extra time, seeing as I'm not editing this episode quite yet. So that's what's going on, and hopefully this turns out to be an entertaining enough episode that it was worth the wait after all. But for now anyway, happy Monday. Hello friends, it is Tuesday and it is actually just past noon, so I'm not going to call it Tuesday morning even though it still kind of feels like it is. But I have had a very productive day so far. We've just finished our first of 3 therapies today, and I've also just edited an entire video where I had like 45 minutes of footage to start with, and I managed to zzz it down to I think like a 24-minute long video. So I'm feeling very, very good about that. And I actually have it exporting now so that I could upload it and get it ready for you guys to see. But that, of course, is among all of the typical like morning family household type things that I typically do every day. So yeah, I'm feeling very, very productive this morning. Oh, and I've also done laundry. I just remembered I have to put the clothes to dry, but I did do some laundry this morning too. So yeah, it's been a busy day. We do have 2 more therapies today, and I feel like that's kind of it. I do have to like prepare that video that I just edited to like do the hey look up here and the description and the title and all that stuff, the thumbnail, etc. So I'll probably try to do that while kiddo is in therapy later on today because he does have in-person therapy, and so I take that opportunity to like do things that I typically don't have the chance to do because I'm also taking care of kiddo. So I'll probably try that while he's in therapy. But yeah, it's I was gonna say it's gonna be a pretty chill day, but that's just because it's noon and I've already knocked out everything on my to-do list. So sorry if this video is a little boring, but it's just, you know, us doing stuff around the house this week. So it is what it is. I'm trying my best to share with you guys everything that's happening, but the fact is that there's not a whole lot to show you. It just is what it is. So thank you guys for being here all the same, and I hope you've had a happy Tuesday. Hey there friends, it is Wednesday afternoon and it's our day off, but that just means that I've been more busy than typical today. I edited a video and I prepared 2 videos. I am now 16 videos deep as far as like, not extras and not spares because they're all with like an intent, like they're all meant to go up at a certain time. It's not like they're just there in case, but there are 16 entire videos at this point just ready and waiting for you guys to premiere. So that's pretty cool. I've also done some tidying, of course. We did some schooling with the kiddo. I'm about to start some laundry. I'm gonna deep clean the enclosures for all of the dragones. I've done some meal prepping, not because I intended to, but because I realized I have a lot of defrosted proteins in the fridge that I almost forgot about. So I went ahead and I like cooking spree style went ahead and cooked up all those proteins so that they can, you know, buy me a couple more days in the fridge anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much been my whole day. I just placed a couple of grocery orders. One of them is to be picked up and the other one is getting delivered, so I'm waiting on those. Yeah, it's just kind of been a very domestic day today. I'm pretty tired. I've been having a hard time sleeping lately. What else is new, right? But yeah, I'm just very, very tired lately, and I think that I'm going into these like hyper productive spells just because I'm kind of feeling like if I were to slow down for a little too long, I'll probably just crash and like pass out wherever I'm standing, and that would not be ideal. So at least I'm checking a bunch of stuff off my list today. So that feels really, really good. For the rest of the day, I think actually I've done all the like major stuff. There's one thing that I still have to do outside of like my normal day-to-day activities. My son's behavior therapist has been reporting back to me that certain skills that I know were at like 50, 60, 70% accuracy, my son's coming back at like 0%, basically. And that doesn't make any sense to me because I know he knows these things. So I'm trying to determine, is it that you're asking him in a way that he doesn't understand the question and so he's like freezing up and not answering? Or does he know exactly what it is but he just doesn't want to work for you? So the way that we're trying to determine that is that the therapist yesterday left me with some of the exact materials that he's been using to run certain programs, and he kind of explained to me what it is exactly that he's been asking my son and how he's been presenting the information to my son. And so he wants me to do it with him in that exact same way, because then the only variable is it me or is it him? Now, if I do the exact same questions with the exact same materials in the exact same way, and he does better with me, he does the 50, 60, 70% that I'm expecting and not the 0%, then we know that it's for whatever reason he just doesn't want to work for this guy, which I kind of suspect is what it is, because we're, I think, like a month and a half, maybe 2 months in with this therapist, and my son still gets so excited whenever I tell him, hey, this guy's coming over. He starts grabbing all his stuff already. He puts his mask on and it's like, we have 15 or 20 minutes left before he gets here. Like, you can relax for a minute, take a breath, have a snack, whatever. And he's just like, no, you mentioned the guy. I want to play with the guy. So he likes the guy, but I think he likes him too much. Like, I think he's like, this is my pal. This is my friend. He always comes over with the cool toys and he's got these games and all this. And so then when the guy says to him, yeah, that was a great game. Now, hey, let me ask you these questions. Let's work on this, actual work. My son almost looks at it as, is this what betrayal feels like? Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about, work? Like, you're here to hang out with me and play with me. So that might be enough for my son to be like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to start answering this guy's questions, because then he's going to think that this is what our dynamic is supposed to be like, and I'm not with that. When literally that's what the dynamic is supposed to be like. Like, that's why the guy's coming over, is to ask you questions and to teach you stuff. So I'm going to try that. If he's also giving me 0%, then we can, it's just one thing. It's just one try, but we might have to chalk it up to he's just regressed that much. He's been so out of practice with these particular programs that he really doesn't know the answers anymore. And that's super discouraging, but then at least we know exactly what we're working with and we know what we need to do to remedy the situation. So that's something that I still have to figure out a time to do that in. But otherwise, it's just regular run-of-the-mill stuff around the house type things for the rest of the day, because I've already checked all of the extras off my list. So I will be back in a little bit to like close out the episode. I'm not sure how much more is going to happen from here to then, as far as like things I'll have to say to you at the outro, but that's the plan. So for right now, happy Wednesday. Alright friends, it's Wednesday evening. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the vlog. It was a very productive day, as we figured it would be. Where are we by actually? We just finished season 2 of Hell on Wheels. The first half of the first season went a little slowly for me, but I realize now that it's just because they were laying so much foundation as far as like characters and storyline and whatnot. Once they got into the second half of the first season and they felt confident that like, okay, you know who all these people are, you know what they're doing here, let's go into like storyline, it got much better. The second season flew by. and we're, I think, like 3 episodes into the 3rd season now. So there's still a lot of, I mean, not a lot, it's not like every episode or anything, but it tends to catch you by surprise, the extremely realistic violence, wartime, 1865 wartime violence. But other than that, I am very much enjoying the show. Tomorrow we begin a new episode. I believe our schedule should be same old as usual throughout the weekend. There's a race this weekend, which is exciting. But yeah, whatever happens this weekend, I'll bring you guys along. I don't want to yammer on too much because this has been a full week in the life, and so it's probably not like an hour long or anything, but I don't want it to necessarily be any longer than it needs to be. So that's my Wednesday, that's my week. Now I've got to get to editing this, but I hope you guys have had a great week. If you have any fun plans for the weekend, let me know about them in the comments. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for being here and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week, and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!